5 obiaba na breso ekofo finance man was it a global US war with China. Now US on the catch one catch the US for one January to free China for one when was it we as no it does go house I enjoy $1 and a year national $1 and this you go $1 a crown you back room one more and then I'll catch up the US and China.
Abusuya economic risk Dr. Bawumia ne sama odeko to dwa e wo UK no ama enkrofo a react eye Isaac Owusu a woka afafranto communication team no ho eden sembi ama Yira Bawumia ena afen so KSM ono so ene Yira Kennedy Japan ne sembi okaka efa ye Cedi appreciation na or appreciate dollar no ho no e wo university bium ama KSM so abe react sansem no sanso na nana ya abrefo ono so afaya Dr. Bawumia ne nsem ya obeka yi. Best of all, say any that Eddie can open up Bomodian, so be share video with my friends. I can if you are subscribe to channel no follow Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Abusia share and some say. And I say na Yira Dr. Bawumia ekopie mu UK. Na odinsen bi ekotu bia no or challenge NDC for say. Omofa policy a ama Cedi no appreciate dollar no. Enfamra na yehu. Na ono no de ohunu se de ekọ no nyina ye ne good for oil ya ode ba betu dwai e na ama Cedi no or appreciate dollar no. Na sansem we na ankonkrofo square enam say wo aban mu 8 years wo ba ye no so ye economic messiah wo ba be che dollar no ahye obotom nanso ekowi ase na dollar no mo ma chew etiti also kra ema wo den semba to dwa if the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will expose you and exchange rate expose you ema obi ahun true level na ba ne say na afei aban foforo aba na enema ekoyi a wo pese oje abasobode na ede ma ho na afei Fama amanfo na omo ahwe ma sa nema we ekoso a Cedi no sisi a ne ba na eba fom no fama sankrofo no.
The appreciation of the Cedi that we have seen recently, I think one of the things that if you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the Cedi, they cannot tell you one that has been implemented, not sort of talked about, but actually implemented. They cannot tell you one such policy. They only pass their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything, pretty much. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. There's no such policy that has been implemented that has had that impact yet. For me, we had anticipated the impact of gold in this economy. I talked about it when we got into dire straits in 2022. Bank of Ghana had bought $5 billion worth of gold. After all the noise of the election, people are paying attention to our reserves. That is one thing, which we have built to 30 tons. Secondly, you've mentioned that the US dollar itself is on the decline globally. And that has also strengthened. If you go to Zambia, for example, the kwacha has gained a lot of ground also because you have the US dollar declining in value because of what is happening in the US with all of that. So I think those are, and then there's the third element is that they are not spending. I mean, if you are managing an economy, you have to pay your bills. They are not paying IPPs, for example. This is why the doomsday is so acute, and they are not paying contractors. So when you are not spending, there's less pressure on your currency. So those are some of the reasons why you are seeing an appreciation of the currency.
Eno Isaac Owusu a oka afafranto Alan Kojo Chairman ne camp communication team no oka ho also eden sembi ababema Dr. Bawumia ne nsema odi tudwa ema Dr. Bawumia eni
5 obi aba na breso ekofo fa na asiema no was it a global US war with China. Now US on the catch one the catcher is the US for one January moment to free China for one. When was it? We as my no, it does go house I enjoy. $1 and a year national dollar. And this you go $1 a crown you have a room one more. And then I catch the US and China and Tokent. Yet this one not dollar needs me. What catcher say Russia Ukraine war and I'm a war. And I'm in say Russia Ukraine war a Debbie. And it's a Russia Ukraine war in Yaya. And then $1 no. I also get buffum. Ye come by your friends the MPP Ankasa a new man catcher. Fanasiama governor Bank of Ghana made a minimum say constitution say CAC no nyina a governor and the Bank of Ghana said the honors of bombs of war e ko yensu a omna so de na ase ye dey e ma omo ni akoy anim na we ya wu ko gina won ma to ayampia ana yenkai Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia obi no obeka wo sese o se e be kai okra ni e be kai wosu se wa breso utumi move inflation to 54%. Okay. Omo de ba 23% of say yentu party. Tie baby at the time I take over in 2017 no na inflation 15.4%. Mumma yes so 54%. Yeah kaka bibi amo say your friend is say
Russia and Ukraine
was going to be ko home kra Russia Ukraine. Enti amemu ne mamu ne ye. Mudi sika no basa. Mayu dubu anyam apartment okuro mu ani kasa kese oko University of Ghana. O mama kwan ko hewo ho ba ku on friends a pentas de kwadan ketua e school ya
so no na dwumaden o it's the effort of gold for oil introduced in 2022 and NDC hasn't added one mo can say oil say wine of gold to gold reserves no mu jaye no
wo
mu nya wan kora ho
na ono an ka chese we meet uru efidie dia nanzi esla atro powerful piece bi dia ba be lambasto mu nyina se mu de mu yi boni bi egu akufado na ye boni bia se mu wini aka mu de inhibition and now thank you to omoko enye Bawumia na ka kire Ghana fo nyina se omo ni omo ye omo anyi ni arrogance of power ne de kika economy ya manage ni ye one aka kire na no economy wa manage ni na ka kire sa economy na wa manage ni ne ama sidi na stabilize then na London ho na ugina no what the chop aba.
Do you know of any policy government has introduced?
And I'm not introducing any policy, it's also a policy. So if you now so I don't see a policy. The policy of the government, maybe Kasama government, you know, but from where Bawumia can say many are buying a member respond here. Because no see a policy. Yabani said yes, a good effect. Yenum said yes, a good effect. See the best stabilizer on Benza. One tear see defeat na Ghana for the my MPP no enya gudi o eni breso kom kwadanda eno mugina so de to aba okokoma nkofo haircut na policy papa o ma ye mere wafo ne enkokrafo ye ma amenum ne yi a
Isaac Owusu de nsam tu dwa wie ye no ena nana ya abrefo ono so ede mo fire ede gu so na sei ena nana ya abrefo enso ye ne de ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene ne NPP fo na omo still dollar no ne appreciate Cedi ne appreciate dollar ni na ye economic war between US and China enunti enama na ya brefo yeko
stabilization gold for oil was a good policy introduced 2022 na nya policy ya policy ketwa adwene mudo ene wodwene sa adwene ho na mom ye nya ho faso sa ye nya faso ba na no so sa na gold reserves ye wo eye ben they said they turn gold gidi wanu nyasam ketwa enti ne sasami de firi ne mrantie ne Bank of Ghana e bomode a yemfa abasobode ma ho mo so they are doing something different. They are not paying a lot, like they are not spending so much, which is also a strategy. If you are not spending bad, I spending the boy bad. If you are not spending bad and it's giving you some results, you must commend the person who is not spending bad. And yes, gold for oil did something. It stabilized the dollar a bit. As a ne bua den cheche, but den cheche ne muni kese. But they were spending a lot, but expenditure was high, but even at that, IPP scranny at your mocha. And let me tell you, and that strategy, nebunu come, $1 dollar near Huso. They are not spending bad. And let me tell you. The spending will come, but they are not spending by heart. And yet, to go no one, and so acquire the foreigners in never. I'm to foreigners in the baby.
And to way and some Isaac Owusu and I are for edit to Efa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and some of UK no. Na Sansona KSM. And also Edin Sembi Abama Yura Canada Japan. Now Chima on the no name say Yura Canada Japan or you be a can of cray. Na South Miko University, Central University, I can say a yes, Cedi no appreciate dollar no NDC for any BBs from Kumbia and Fanfan or any yardrin. Na KSM say and opinions them go.
Yes, under MPP, it was talked about, it was lectured about, it was promoted, everything happened, but the Cedi kept falling. There were prayers that in the name of Jesus, the Cedi should rise and rise and rise. There were prayers.
And I command the Cedi to recover, and I declare the Cedi will not fall. It will not fall. It will not fall any further. It goes out. I command the Cedi to climb. Say, I command the resurrection of the Cedi.
But it kept falling and falling and falling. But now we have a new administration, and for whatever reason, changes are happening. I saw a clip of Canada Japan delivering a lecture series at Central University, where he was talking about this whole Cedi thing, appreciating. There's nothing magical about it. It has nothing to do with maybe the thinking or any wisdom problem. People are thinking and reorchestrating things. You know, the gold board is out there and they have new regulations that are really changing things. And one of the immediate effects of the changes, thanks to the Bank of Ghana, thanks to the Minister for Finance, is having an effect on the appreciation of the Cedi. Umpo. These are facts. So the fact that you do not belong to that party does not mean you have a press conference, go and give a lecture and say, oh, don't mind the growth of the appreciation of the Cedi. Canada, Japan, you are a presidential candidate, or let me say, a potential presidential candidate to lead the New Patriotic Party. Massa. So if you come into power and the dollar and the Cedi rate starts making changes to the extent that the Cedi is appreciating, won't you be happy? And won't you tell yourself, what are we doing right? Let's stay the focus and keep doing the right thing. Wouldn't it be something that you'll be proud of as a presidential candidate or the president of the MPP? Why? What is different now that when it happens you say this has nothing to do with any intelligent maneuvering, it's just the world global? Yes, I agree that global factors can affect the value of currency all over the world. Yes, we know. But we know all that when the Vice President told us that when the fundamentals are weak, the foreign rate exchange will expose you. That's what we heard. Now that the foreign exchange has really helped to ginger up the Cedi, all of a sudden, it's not the fundamentals that are stronger. It is not that people are making sure that things are being put in place. No, it's just the global thing. That's why. Please, we are presidential candidates, and you are known. Canada, Japan. One thing that people know and trust you for, say, would you plane? Please, why? What is different this time? Because it hasn't come from the party you belong to. So all of a sudden, this is nothing. I expected you, Kennedy, to say, Charlie, the dollar, the Cedi is improving, and maybe a warning that look, the currency can be very, very volatile. The currency can be a victim of global changes. So you say, even though it can be right now, Ghana's currency has been stabilized and it is appreciating. So I commend the government, and I hope that we all learn and focus on this so that this Cedi that is appreciating will continue. That's what you should be saying. So this appreciation should continue. Because obviously factors are at play now. Yeah, the international, the global, and the local. What is being done at the Gold Board? What is being done at the level of the Bank of Ghana? What is being done by the Ministry of Finance? What is being done at the vision of the president? Everything is playing a factor here. Say it. That's why last week Mika said, Charlie, you can't quarrel with success. Let me tell you the funny thing in Ghana. Right now, and Tofiakwa. If we wake up tomorrow and we hear that the city has depreciated to it's now 17 to the dollar, you see how many people jubilate. Let me catch them. The nation records will be so happy. So it means you've been proven right. Ghanaian. No, that's not how we build a country. When the things are going right, support it, back it, and make sure it stays right. But don't go and pray and make sure that something happens and then the whole thing falls apart so that you can jubilate. I'm sorry. Let's stop quarreling with success, folks. Let's stop quarreling with success. Me, the advice I'll give to Forsen, to Mr. Siama, Bank of Ghana, to the president, everything. Yes, volatility on the global stage really does affect the currency. However, when internally you can put in the right structures and close all the loopholes, yes, it can affect the currency, but it will not devastate the currency as it once did to our city. So please, and I know you know better than me when it comes to economics. I know I told you say you are forcing. I know you know better than me when it comes to economics. But please, stay this course. We know that volatility can affect the currency, but let us not get to the point where we've got to. Never again. Never again. Let us keep the focus. And for all the naysayers who are so happy to say, it's nothing that the NDC is doing or whatever, I don't care what your feelings are. That's your personal feeling. What are the facts on the ground? The facts on the ground is that even prices have started climbing down. Those are the facts. And the prices are climbing down because inflation is under control. Those are the facts. This CD thing is not because of global factors in tea all of a sudden from 17 to 13 going down to 12 and very soon to lower. It's because people are working. A wisdom problem. I'm more for you who are dream and a day jumano. Into whatever the thing is, steady this thing some. So that one day, if you want to come to power, you can also apply this thing. That's the formation of the Gold Board. And the new regulatory things that they have put in place is a part of the success story of the city now. So I want to give it up for the Gold Board, man. Thank you. And I remember the minute Sammy Jemfi was appointed like CEO of the Gold Board, the Jandam started. I remember very well. One Jandam apostle was saying, we know his friends he's friends with Ibrahim Mahama. They are now going to get together and loot the country with the gold. And crap. Massa, Jandam, whatever you do, they'll find a way to find an angle to come and destroy the good cause. So media, I'm ending today, folks. I'm ending that the direction is right. The
way any course between KSM and Iraq Kennedy Japan and them sensama or kokaye ediche a school for no say Sydney appreciate or appreciate dollar no and ye be from Queen DC for ye. Sanson and Isaac Owusu of free Afafranto camp our common communication team no and an I abrefo and so Edin Sama Dr. Bawumia Edebe to Jano almost so they reply at the amano say Obi ya dia ye bona baso name man kwankwaje emfa na nyawo tama wotina mu no sidi no dollar na tete no kra na so obi aba na one dollar yi ekun ema sidi no enya ba bi gina ne mu sai ne hwan se obaji sabo so bode no e de ama ho mami hu adwenkyere e comment section na se sensema Dr. Bawumia e ka no owonyina so ana se yemfa baso bode no fama no ana se yemfa ma current government na mai hu adwenkyere e comment section na se aha Air Fresh Studios bomodi an so be subscribe no share video e ma foforo nsaka na follow your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Macro.